Welcome back to Final Fantasy V. Last time, we combined the power of 4 meteors so that we could make a teleporter to Gallup's world, and now we are mode 7ing right into a forest. Well, that was unnecessarily painful. Can't believe we just got whipped through space.
Had a fucking Sonic adventure. I just remembered there's no landing gear in this mode moment.
Alright, so welcome to World 2. We're starting out on a lone island. Not the best place we could have wound up, considering we don't have a vehicle. We don't have a bird. We have our legs, and that's it. So here's our character stats at the start. I've given Lena the Death Sickle. And Ferris is just a thief, which is not going to be necessary this time around, but I feel like it's a good idea to keep on theme, as it were. I'll explain why later. First, however, if you move around this island, eventually, first you'll probably end up in some kind of cutscene. However, eventually you'll wind up in a fight with an enemy called Peo. Geez, immediately getting elemental attack. Okay, so Gladiator's whole thing is that when you use Finisher, there's 3 different things that can happen. It can fail, which sucks. You can get a regular critical hit, or you can get an elemental attack based off the actual element of the character. So, like, Bart's would be wind, Ferris would be fire, and Gallup would be earth. But Lena, of course, is water. So, that enemy drops a tent because the game very subtly hints to you that you should probably just put up a tent for the night, because we have no idea what to do otherwise. Lena, why did you poison yourself? Why did you just walk over flowers that kill you?
That feels like a completely different conversation, Lena.
Every time I see a dragon, I think of my mom. Wait a minute, fire went out. Smokey have psychic powers? No, it's this guy. A little late there, Bartz. Well, I mean, it's not like he was the lookout, he was taking a nap, but, not helpful at all. Okay, well then, they got kidnapped, and here comes this guy. Alright, so, here is the Abductor. So technically you're supposed to lose this fight. He does start with Hurricane, which reduces you to low HP, so if you want to get taken out, that is the faster way to go about this. However, I will not abide such a thing. Instead, self-destruct. No, let's off-guard him. Would just be very funny, just be like, alright, how am I gonna stop this threat and save the other 2? I'll explode. So, with a pretty good evasion rate, and your defense gone down. And also, that clearly isn't a Sleep Blade. Is that old? Is that the ancient? That might be the ancient sword. I might have just turned the Abductor old. What's happened to me?
This was supposed to be an easy job, damn it!
I just hurricane you and you die! Why do I have back pain? Oh, yep, that must have been old, because that just straight up did no damage.
Yeah.
And I turned him more old, and now dead.
Turn this fight around in no time.
Alright, we did it, and got an ether for our troubles. And we have an extra treasure chest on the overworld. Good for us. Oh, well, it was sleeping gas.
He had a fucking backup plan for if he died.
In case I'm turned incredibly old, I'm just gonna hit him with sleeping gas.
I may fall here, but the next abductor will get you.
Go back to bed, Barts. Oh, well. You found us very quickly. Weird that he was able to find 3 people hurtling through the atmosphere so quickly. I don't know how he did it.
He's made it to Big Bridge? You mean we might have some sort of battle there?
Prepare the giant mirror! Oh no, he's gonna burn down Elf Village. Alright, now you can see yourselves!
It is the shittiest looking mirror. I thought that was like a globe encased in something.
It's a globe that's partially melted. Ah, darn it, this is a hostage situation. And Xdeath is using a giant mirror to project us into the sky to prove that we're here. Well, at least he didn't cut off any body parts. That's good. Alright, one more step and they all die. Anyway, I'm bored. If you guard the prisoners well, I'll make sure you live forever. Love the spin he has to do.
Ballerina Death Twirl!
Gave Bart's the old razzle-dazzle. Alright, do you see that, Krill? They're looking away. Alright, so while he does that, I'm gonna have my Windrake go up and get a running start. Here I go! He is taking many steps.
So unnecessary.
But it looks so cool, though. Alright, hey, how are you landing there? That's not a forest, that's a castle.
Can dragons even land in forests?
Yeah, grassland, not forest. Sorry, I got it mixed up with the black chocobo. Our other winged, animal companion. Alright, so Galif will just auto-walk to this treasure chest because this is where all of our inventory is, just stuffed into this one chest.
I love when they do that for these kinds of segments in JRPGs. It's all here, don't worry about it.
Yeah, the enemy was smart enough to take your stuff, but it's not gonna be a whole thing. It's just all here. Alright, so Solo Galif has to fight the Shell Bear. Counter that Shell Bear.
Well, that was easy.
Don't you attack Galif. Alright, so yeah, the enemies here aren't going to be too bad because, of course, this is Solo Galif. Which means potentially he might not have, like, the best job for this, well, job, so... They gave him easy enemies to take care of, and also, here's a potion in case you need it. I don't because Monk is very strong.
I also had Galif as a monk when I played this as a kid, for this segment.
Mm-hmm.
Take this!
Take this!
Fuck!
Why do you have image?
Oh my god!
That's some bullshit! What? Inconceivable!
You just fucking shut up, Jesus Christ! Swords
Dance is very powerful. And yeah, giving Monk Image because it has some redundant abilities on it was a pretty good decision. I appreciate it at least. Normally that's a ninja ability.
I'll verbally berate you later. We need to leave.
You kind of just punched that man out, though. I don't think we're really under any kind of threat.
No, we're definitely under threat.
It's just some tarantulas.
This segment's throwing me off just because I've been playing Dragon Quest VII, and there's also a section where the old man party member in that game has to do a solo dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just...
Sorry.
This is a sneaky mission.
Gotta stealth hop my face over this floor. And for some reason, only Bartz is able to do that. Galuf is supposed to be in the front, but now Bartz is in the overworld, so I had to do some quick tomfoolery off screen. But now we can make our grand escape to the aforementioned Big Bridge. God damn it, you're preventing me from getting to Big Bridge. Get out of here, strapperer. Just quit strappering.
There's a chance they just don't have sprites drawn for the other characters.
I feel like I've seen the other characters lying face down on the ground. Take that. Get squirreled, idiot.
For some reason, the squirrel flying over the UI elements on the bottom was really funny to me.
The squirrel's breaking the fourth wall. Ah, that didn't even hit. So yeah, currently, Finisher is not that great. Oh geez. Well, I mean, if there was any character to make Berserk, Gladiator's kind of just one step removed from Berserker, so... I can't use Finisher, but you're about to get Death Sick. Well, no, you're gonna get Swords Danced, never mind. You would have gotten Death Sickled. Alright, now we're at Big Bridge, which means we get the best song in the game. Hell yeah, it's Monsters are all the way. I wonder what order this entire set piece came into being. Like, did they just ask, hey, Uematsu, could you just, like, make the best song in the game real quick? And he's like, okay, sure, and then he did? Or did he just make a really cool song and they're like, well shit, we just have to have a whole segment where you run across a bridge and fight enemies while this song continues playing?
Yeah, without this song, this is kind of a nothing segment, and I know this firsthand because I never had music on my handheld devices growing up.
Ah, jeez. Fly killer! Watch out, he's gonna murder ya! Look at those little paws. Oh, what a little killer. But anyway, yeah, though. Yeah. Rip to you, but yeah, no, it is just otherwise a straight line with enemies on it. So this is absolutely a situation where the music just really makes the segments. This is, I would say, the most iconic song in this game. That seems fair to say. What other song has as much reach as this one? Not to say any of the other music is bad or anything. As always, Uematsu does not slouch. However, this one's kind of just unequivocally one of the best.
Yeah. It's not even held back by the GBA sound chip.
Yeah, no, okay, it's still real good. Like, there's differences between the way the two versions sound, but, like, this one's not bad at all, and it's, you know, neither one's going to throw you off, really. Very minute differences if you are not, like, super into music and knowing music words. Also, yeah, throwing Titan in helped with the ground enemies. However, that's an earth attack, so the flying killers escaped unscathed. Get him, squirrel.
Galuf just pointed a laser pointer.
Don't worry, I know how to deal with this one.
Oh well, Galf gained a level. Good for him. Alright, another round. Oh, just all flying killers. Titan's completely useless. Let's set him on fire instead. Go, Ifrit!
This weird staggering they're doing, where like two guys will show up and then you fight the first one, and then you fight the second one is so weird. It's kind of slowing down the flow, honestly. Like, they can make this bridge as long as they want. They could have just made it longer and have one guy show up.
Yeah, well, one battle. It is cooler if there's multiple enemies on the bridge, but, you know, we're fighting multiple things in a fight, so they could just make multiple guys disappear. It's not even like these are particularly varied fights. Like, if there was a huge variety of enemies at this point, that would justify just having, like, alright, you beat one fight and, oh my god!
Guess who's been waiting behind the door this whole time? Yes, it's me!
I just meant if they wanted 6 fights, they could have just made the bridge longer and then not do that weird staggering thing anyways.
And yeah, so...
No, my celebratory drink!
Get used to stealing from Gilgamesh. The hero cocktail isn't that useful in comparison to what he normally has, but, yeah, no, you're gonna want to start doing that. Second off, Death Battle at the Big Bridge is basically Gilgamesh's theme now. He had a standard boss theme before because, of course, they didn't want to reveal it too early, but yeah, now this is just gonna be playing, now that we're in a boss fight with him. And he's attacking us for real this time, so I'm not just going to immediately swords dance him to death. Like, he's supposed to leave easily, because again, Galuf might not necessarily be the best fighter when you're playing the game, but he is, because he's a monk who also has dance, so I just got 2, like, critical attacks. Also, I feel like Gilgamesh might, in part, be at fault for just my, like, for... I was hiding behind this thing all along types of jokes. Just the stupid, aha, I was hiding here, and saying it out loud. I always find that funny. That might be Gilgamesh. Might have been his doing. Alright, so yes, fairly simple battle so far. We are all pretty well buffed up. And you know, the nice thing about this game is it isn't one of them where buffs are temporary in a fight and they wear off eventually, which is probably a better idea for difficulty, but I kinda like just hasting once and being done with it.
Yeah, with the AVP system, that would be a nightmare to manage, I think.
Well, to be fair, I think that's actually how it works in 7. And maybe the PS1 games in... I don't remember if 9 does that, but... 7 I remember specifically because Big Guard runs out so quickly.
I suppose I misjudged.
Haste!
Fighting all 4 of you.
Protect!
Is just too tough for me.
Just all the buffs.
I lied like a rug! Here I go!
Jump does actually fuck you up real bad. That's a fair bit of damage considering everything I put on myself.
Yeah.
God, I love that so much. Gilgamesh is goofy, and like, your first encounter makes you think, oh, well, he's kinda just a pushover. But then he just does that. Just throws buffs on himself.
Yeah, I remember I played this as a kid, I thought I was done. But then he jumped on me, he's like, oh god, here we go.
God, what a good first impression, both for Gilgamesh as a character, but also just World 2.
So sad we didn't get this guy in the original release. As in, the Super Nintendo version never came out over here.
Yeah. We miss Gilgamesh, and look, there's good characters in 6, sure, but, you know... Where's Gilgamesh? Surely nowhere in there. Oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, they kept referencing Gilgamesh in later entries, so... We got Gilgamesh, we just didn't get a good version of his introductory game until this Game Boy Advance release.
Mm-hmm.
Because the PlayStation release of 5 was rough.
Yeah. I do not know enough about it, but yeah, I love this translation for it.
Goodness gracious! I just remembered something. See you!
He does do the Joestar family technique. This isn't a pushover fight, but he does just run away. Also, yeah, he doesn't give any experience because he does flee. What a cheapskate. Oh, now here's a fight.
New Garula.
I'm the gorilla of this world. I'm not like the one from the first world that never got to attack. I'm actually gonna do stuff. Fuck. Okay, let me go again. That I'm calling a mulligan on that one.
Yeah, to give you
Well, fuck you then.
to give you an idea of how rough the translations on the PlayStation era were, every Final Fantasy game that existed at that time was on that system, and they were translated in a way that they had to do that to get that released in that time frame.
Alright, so, managed to get through all the enemies. However, X-Death threw up a barrier, and,
There we go.
Warriors of Light are blasting off again. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, at least now Galuf knows how it feels to fly through the stratosphere. Now we all get that experience together.